Welcome to Hard Time Sports. I'm Matthew Schneider. Today, this topic is my picks for NFL regular season week number 3. Let's start off with tonight's game. You have the Los Angeles Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. The Rams are going to be much improved. I have the St. Louis Rams going into San Francisco and beating the 49ers today. Now, let's go to Sunday's games. First, you have the Baltimore Ravens at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to go in the Jacksonville Jaguars and beat the Jaguars in another great performance by Baltimore Ravens defense. The Jaguars probably won't be able to run the ball against that defense of the Baltimore Ravens. Another great defensive team of the Baltimore Ravens will beat the Jaguars. Now let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Cleveland Browns at the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Indianapolis Colts will win their first game of the season. Hopefully Andrew Luck will be back. If not, it's in Indianapolis. I don't think a rookie's going to go into Indianapolis, DeShone Kizer, and beat the Colts. So I'm going to take the Colts. Now the next game. You have the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm taking the Giants because they cannot go 0-3. If the Giants go 0-3, you might as well just tank your season and get a better draft pick. The Giants must improve their offensive line play and have to be able to run the ball a certain amount, I'd say 75 yards a game as a team to keep it balanced attack. I think the Giants have a chance. So I'm going to take the Giants over the Eagles, probably an upset pick because the Eagles are probably the better team right now, but the Giants, I think, have a good enough defense that can keep them in the game, which they played good for 2 weeks, but their offense has been crap. But I'm going to take the Giants because they can't go 0-3. Now I'm going to take the next game. You have the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins to go into New York and beat the Jets. Jay Cutler played good week 1 against the Chargers, and the Jets are one of those other teams that are going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft this coming year. So I'm taking the Dolphins. Now, the next game, you have the Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are probably a good defensive team, but I think the Denver Broncos defense is a lot better than Buffalo. It's going to be a test because it's in Buffalo, but I think the Denver Broncos will prevail and will go 3-0 against the Bills. Now the next game on Sunday, you have the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. The New Orleans Saints defense is absolute garbage. So they're going to have to score a lot of points to keep them in games and to win games at the end. But with their offense, I don't think they're going to be able to do it. If Cam Newton's playing or if he's not, I still think the Panthers are going to win at home over the Saints. So I'm taking the Panthers. Now, next game on Sunday, you have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears will drop to 0-3. Pittsburgh, too many weapons on offense, too good a defense. Even though it's in Chicago, I still think the Steelers are going to beat the Bears. Now let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Atlanta Falcons at the Detroit Lions. I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to beat the Detroit Lions to go to 3-0. Matt Ryan and that high-powered offense. And the Falcons' defense is much improved than it was last year. Even though after week 2, Matthew Stafford is leading the league in touchdown passes after the first 2 weeks, but I think the Atlanta Falcons will get more stops on defense than the Lions, so the Atlanta Falcons will beat the Lions. Now the next game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings quarterback situation is unknown, so we don't know who's going to start at quarterback, but I'm going to go the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the upstart Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Jameis Winston and that offense and a much improved defense to go into Minnesota to beat the Falcons. Off to the next game on Sunday. You have the Houston Texans at the New England Patriots. There is no way in heck that a rookie Deshaun Watson is going to go into New England and beat the Patriots with all that experience and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and company. There is no way in heck. I'm going to take the New England Patriots are going to blow out the Houston Texans. Yes, I said it, a blowout. Won't even be close. a blowout. Even though Houston has a great defense, the offense will struggle, so Patriots will blow them out in New England. Now, this next pick was the toughest one of the week that I had to do. You have the Seattle Seahawks at the Tennessee Titans. If you look at the first 2 weeks, the Seattle Seahawks team has played garbage in the first 2 weeks. If they don't play better, they're going to lose this game, and I don't think they're going to play better. So I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans with Marcus Mariota and company to beat the Seattle Seahawks. Up to the next game on Sunday, you have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Green Bay Packers. Like I said before in my power rankings, the Cincinnati Bengals have not scored a touchdown in the first 2 weeks of the regular season. So I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to beat the Bengals. But the Bengals will get their first touchdown of the season, but will still lose and will go to 0-3, and the Packers will go to 2-1 on the season. Now, let's go to the next game. You have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are too good of a team. Even without Eric Berry, their safety for the year, I think they go into Los Angeles and they beat the Chargers, led by Phillip Rivers, and the Chargers will drop to 0-3, and the Chiefs will be 3-0. So the Chiefs will beat the Chargers. Let's go to Sunday night's game. You have the Oakland Raiders at the Washington Redskins. I think the Oakland Raiders will fly all the way to Washington, D.C. and kick the tail out of the Washington Redskins, and will go 3-0, led by David Carr and their offense over Kirk Cousins and the Redskins. Now, let's go to the last pick in Week 3, Monday night game. The Dallas Cowboys at the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals may be 1-1, and the Cowboys may be 1-1, and it's at Arizona. But I think the Cowboys bounce back and beat the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona because Carson Palmer of the Cardinals isn't playing very good. I think personally the guy needs to hang it up and retire. So I think the Cowboys will beat the Arizona Cardinals. Those are my Week 3 picks, but before I go, let's do a quick recap. I'm picking the Rams tonight over the 49ers. Then on Sunday's games and Monday's games, I'm taking the Ravens over the Jaguars, Colts over the Browns, Giants over the Eagles, Dolphins over the Jets, Broncos over the Bills, Panthers over the Saints, Steelers over the Bears, Falcons over the Lions, Buccaneers over the Vikings, Patriots over the Texans, Titans over the Seahawks, Packers over the Bengals, Chiefs over the Chargers, Raiders over the Redskins, and the Cowboys over the Cardinals. And also, before I go, last week I was 14-2 with my picks. I'm Matthew. I hope you enjoyed today's telecast. Enjoy the blog!